What's good, YouTube? What is good, fight fans all over the world? It's your boy, Real Talk Boxing, and I'm back at you again. Before I start this video, TFH, your man, Turbo Fight Hub. That's my impression. Turbo, listen, man, your channel is growing rapidly. I mean, fast. I remember when you didn't even have 100 subscribers. Now you have dang near 1,000. And I, for one, am happy to see that, my brother. I love to see people get their just due. So, Turbo Fight Hub, from Real Talk Boxing, I'm proud of you, brother. You'll be at 1,000 very soon. And I'm talking sooner rather than later. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to Little Miss Turbo, the most talented, toughest, most intelligent young lady that I know. Shout out to you both. Congratulations, brother. Now, Knuckle Mania. If you guys didn't catch my live last night, I snuck through the back door. I didn't let anybody know that I was going to do a live stream. And it turned out to be fun, y'all. Really, really fun. Now, I've never really taken part in a bare knuckle event. But last night, I just happened to run across this pay-per-view, $39.99, and I was like, hey man, I'm in a bad way with professional boxing right now, so let's embark on a different journey right now, because I'm tired of talking about all this crap, all the politics that's going on in professional boxing. I'm really disgusted with the way it's going right now. So man, let's watch this. You know, and I actually knew one of the females that was fighting, who was headlining, two females headlining the main event, and that was Paige Vanzant. There's 3 fights that really piqued my interest on this card. The rest of them really, to me, wasn't up to par. But I want to talk about one fight in particular, and that is Paige versus Britain Hart. Now, if you didn't catch my live, you can go check it out. It's still up. But I talked a lot of trash about Britain Hart because I didn't know much about Britain. And I knew a little bit about Paige. You know, I've seen her fight in the UFC, a great contender in the UFC. Tough, rough, rugged, a pretty chick, nice body, very marketable. So she's not fighting for the UFC anymore, right? I'm pretty sure Paige had tons of opportunities to go wherever she wanted to go. But for some reason, she chose bare knuckle boxing. And I can guarantee you that reason was the lunch money that was offered to her. Now, I went in talking trash about Paige. I did a little bit of research, not Paige, excuse me, Britain Hart. I did a little bit of research on Britain Hart, and the fights that I saw her in, she's very mechanical. She's not fast. She's a very small framed woman. Didn't seem to me to be strong whatsoever. She threw arm punches. Her punches are telegraphed. Footwork is horrible. Just wasn't anything about her that intrigued me as a fighter. But there was a couple of things that actually did. Her tenacity, her will, her work rate, and she's got a mouthpiece on her. She almost talks a little bit too much for my taste, but she's a confident woman. Okay, and she's not a stranger to the bare knuckle fighting. She has a handful of fights under her belt, bare knuckle wise. Paige does not, and I didn't take that into account. I actually did, but it wasn't enough for me to say that she's going to beat Paige. I said that Paige was going to get the lady out of there within 2 rounds. I said that Paige was going to murk Britain Hart. And if you don't know what murk means, that means kill Britain Hart. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But I always end with, I may be wrong. But in this case, I was dead certain that I was right this time. And I was wrong. Let's talk about the bare knuckle fight. I'm a new bare knuckle fan, by the way. They have really... The fight card was great. It was exciting. You could see a lot of lack of skill, but nevertheless, it was exciting, man. So I'm a new fan of bare knuckle fighting. But the fight, the main event between Paige and Britain was spectacular. Okay? The fight started out with Paige using great movement, great head movement, good foot placement, good footwork. But Britain was like setting a pace, a feverish pace that Paige really couldn't keep up with. I could tell that Paige wasn't really comfortable. So I was like, okay, maybe she's going to fill her out for a couple of rounds. And then she's going to get her wits about herself. She's going to start putting her at the end of her punches, gauging her distance. And she's going to still get Britain out of there. Not the case. See, here's the thing, man. I believe that Knuckle Mania is looking for a face for the women's division. Much like UFC did when they had Ronda Rousey. The biggest hype job in UFC. In my opinion. Some of you may love her. I wasn't too fond of her. But, and I think that they wanted Paige to be just that. Paige is a great UFC fighter, former UFC fighter, and she has a look. She has a smile. She's marketable. She's well-spoken. So they were going to bring her in to showcase her talent against Britt. And Britt was like, nah, I've been here. I've been here, man. I've been sacrificing blood, sweat, and tears. I got to work a full-time job to take care of my kids. I don't have the luxury of working out, getting home, and sitting by the pool. I usually have to get a shower and get dressed and go to work. I'm not going to let this chick come in here and do that. She wanted her just do, and she went and she took it. 4 rounds straight. Paige was out hustled. And Britain actually showed some skills in this fight. I was so surprised. As weak as she looked in previous fights to me, last night the girl looked strong. Straight punches. That's all she was throwing, straight punches. And when they would clinch, see the thing about this bare knuckle fighting, man, they can clinch and hold and throw to the body or to the head. Me, I honestly, I wouldn't like that being in there. I mean, I'm a boxer. That's something that you better get used to if you're trying to do bare knuckle fighting. And that's something that Paige was not used to. But guess who was? Britain Hart. Britain Hart out-hustled her, out-willed her, and just flat out beat her. Britain Hart even said, I'm not the most technical fighter. I'm not the best boxer out there, but you're not going to outwork me. And she beat the brakes off Paige for 4 rounds straight. Now, the last round, Paige came out like a lion. Paige actually had Britain hurt, and Britain started getting a little bit tired, but she started a little too late. And I thought that they were going to rob Britain at the end of that fight, and I thank God that they didn't. Now I want to see Britain get her just due. All that crap I talked about her, I had to swallow it. I had to eat crow. And I went straight to her Instagram and started following her. And I actually sent her a message. I don't, expect to get anything back. But, hey, it was basically me apologizing to her and telling her how great she is. And I'm hoping and praying that she gets her just due. Now she needs to get paid what she needs to get paid. I don't want to see her work no more. All I don't want to see her do is train, get that bag, take care of her kids and her children, and have a happy life. Now, usually when new fighters are to come to the Knuckle Mania or the bare knuckle fighting scene, they get 3 fights. They get contracted for 3 fights. And usually if they win those 3 fights, then they get a title shot. Will Paige be back? I don't know. And honestly, I'm going to say no. Judging on how she reacted when she lost, she left. She didn't even give a post-fight interview. She darted straight off. So I don't know if she was embarrassed, humiliated, upset. But the humble thing you should have done, the best thing that you could have done was stay there, give a post-fight interview, and gave Britain her props. Because Britain, as much crap as she talked, she was very respectful at the end of the fight. I want to see Britain improve. I want to see her skill set improve. But I want to see Britain get her just due. I am a fan of Britain Hart right now. And I was thoroughly happy with the outcome of the event they put on last night at Knuckle Mania. I know this isn't your regular boxing video, but until somebody's actually fighting, until I'm actually seeing some fights, you ain't going to see many videos up of Real Talk talking about the same old crap that everybody else is talking about. Potential fights. Who's ducking who? 60-40, 70-30. Forget that. I'm tired of that. Right now, I'm talking about fights that are actually happening. And Knuckle Mania brought it last night. Did you see it? What do you think about it? Comment down below. Let your boy Real Talk know. As always, respect all. Fear none. God bless. Till the next time. Real Talk Boxing. We up and we out of here, baby.